name is Slater, and I'll be telling you about my wrestling career. I started wrestling in about the 4th grade, and my friend Mitchell, he got me into it. He said, Slater, why don't you go to a wrestling camp with me? It seemed like you had the body type for it. I agreed, and I went with him. While I was wrestling there, I went with Nico and Noah, my 2 best friends back at home. They're really good friends of mine. Nico plays basketball, and Noah's off and on with wrestling. So we were wrestling, just messing around, because the guy who went there, he organized it, and he trained for the Olympics, but he never got in. I think he hurt himself. So he asked to wrestle with me, and I obliged, and he tried to take a double leg takedown on me, and I sprawled out, and he didn't get the takedown on me. Obviously, he wasn't going full out, but he noticed I had a feel for it. He said, you should start wrestling, and I did. I stuck with it. That year, I wrestled pretty neutral, probably about a 10-10 record. It was alright. That's when I started really getting into it. Next year, I went a bit more positive. At the end of the season, of my 2nd year, 5th grade, Mitchell said we had a tournament. It was a big tournament. It was a 2-day tournament, and it was huge. I said, I don't know if I'm good enough for that. And he said, no, you should go to it. I really wanted to go, so we went. We practiced for an extra 2 weeks. I made Noah come, even though it was an extra, I think, $100, and he wrestled with me for 2 weeks. And it came time for the tournament. We got there, Noah paid the $20, I made him pay it, and he warmed me up, got me pumped up, my coaches were there, and they're all getting me going, and Noah warmed me up, and he said, look, you got this first match, he's going to be tough, but I know you do, and you're going to beat him. And I did. I beat him 4-5. My 2nd match, I pinned the kid at the last period. I just caught him, and I caught him on my shoulders, and I pinned him. 3rd period came, and I got a couple more points. It was about 8-5, and then I had the championship match. My coach, Mr. Ramsey, came up to me and said, Slater, this kid's in 9th grade, I totally respect you if you want to forfeit. He said that kind of sad, and I said, no sir, I'm never going to forfeit this match. Even though I was in 5th grade and he was in 9th grade, I was still ready to go and I wanted to get out. And my coach saw that in me and he really liked that. So Noah's warming me up and they call our names, Laird and I think Savinsky up to the table. And so we're just standing there side by side. I'm on this side, he's on this side. And he's warming up and he's shaking his arms, bouncing back and forth like this. And I look over and he just points at me. That's when I froze. I went out on the mat and I was totally blank. I blanked out. And I shook hands and the ref said wrestle and I just stayed in my stance. As he moved around and took me down. And as he took me down, he got me on my back. So if you keep the person on their back for 3 seconds, they get 3 points. He didn't pin me, but he did get the takedown, which is 2, and then the 3-second back turn for 5 points. So it's already 5-0 in the beginning of the 1st period. There's 3 periods. Each period is 2 minutes. So my coach, the 2nd period came. I chose down because I needed the points. If you escape from the down position, you get 1 point. Basically, when you're in down position, the person's on top of you. They have their hand on your belly, and their arm on your elbow, and their back on your chest, or their chest on your back. So I'm on down position, and my coach is yelling at me, this isn't your wrestling. You need to step your game up. And he's really mad. He said some pretty vulgar words I can't say here. And I got out because of those words. Because I think I was more so scared at the time. And so I got out, and I took my wrestling coach told me, you need to take him down. You need to take him down right now. You need to get some points. So he took him down. I got back points. And then my coach realized that it was really easy for me to get a takedown on this guy. So he said, tech fall, tech fall. A tech fall is when you beat the kid by 15 points in total. 15 points more than he has, meaning I had to get up to 20. And I fortunately did that match. I kept wrestling and wrestling and wrestling. I kept taking him down and getting back points, laying him up, taking him down, getting back points, laying him up, and this continued throughout the 3rd period. And the match in the 3rd period ended 15 seconds early, and I was really surprised. And I thought, well, I lost. I had to lose. He's better than me. He's older than me. He's stronger than me. Yeah, he had to win. So I shook hands, I was looking really numb. Glum, and the ref raised my hand. I was really surprised, and Noah came up to me, he jumped on me, and was like, "You won, you did it." I said, "No, I lost. And Mr. Ramsey picked me up and put me in his arms, and he said, "You're the first wrestler who's ever won this tournament for me." He said, "I'm so proud of you." And he put me down, and he said, "You tech fall, you beat him by 15 points. It's the ultimate win in wrestling." Put his hand on my shoulder and he said, "Look, Slater, you're a wrestler. It's going to take you